What is going on, guys? I'm going to do a quick edit, and I want to do an edit with me tutorial, so I'll just go through it. I actually saw a guy skateboarding on Sunday on the street, and I just thought, let me grab 2 or 3 quick shots of him skateboarding, and I'd throw together a quick edit and just do a tutorial as I go, kind of like a live edit of the little, probably 30 seconds maximum. So here we go. All right, so I'm going to open up Premiere. And in the meantime, I will show you kind of my file structure here. So what I do for all projects is I create documents folder, which I'm not going to need on this one. You know, some clients they have a need for documents, you know, revisions or brand guidelines, things like that. Projects is where I'm going to put my Premiere project and autosave files. Exports is where the final version will go, and you know, a lot of videos I'll have multiple versions, multiple exports for different platforms. Media is comprised of audio, footage, and graphics. Sometimes images I will also make a folder for, but under audio we have sound effects and music. Under footage, it could be multiple cameras, it could be multiple days, and under graphics I have some overlays here, but oftentimes there'll be a folder for logo, a folder for you know, motion graphics or whatever the project calls for. Okay, so let me pull up Premiere, new project, Skater Boy. I'm going to throw this into the most recent project folder. Boom. I have a saved workspace here where it works pretty well for me, and I can get into that in a different tutorial. But I'm going to quickly make a couple folders and import the shots I took. So these are the couple shots. It's only 3 files. So I took 3. Actually, I might have done a couple takes within these files, but just a couple takes. Some of them were, it was super sunny. I don't even know if I got them in focus. Graphics, I'm going to throw these guys into the graphics. I usually color coordinate these just for my own entertainment, I guess. I don't know if this is necessary, but I like to do it each time, those colors. And I'm going to make a new sequence, and I just shot this in 1080-60, so I'm going to do a 1080-24 timeline. And I'm going to name this Skater Boy. Okay, cool. We got the footage. So what I usually do is I actually create one for B-roll, and this one's super simple, so I'll just stick to this. Actually, we'll do a raw and a selects timeline, but for this one I'm just going to do the B-roll. Throw it on here. We're going to keep the existing settings because we don't want a 60 frames timeline. Okay, so let's watch this through.
Alright, we'll do it a couple times. Yeah, Jono. Yeah, Jono.
Well, couple introductions here. Blah, blah, blah. And I think I accidentally stopped recording here. So for some reason, boom, he nails it, but I lost it. So I'll take this moment right here. I'll hit Command K if you're using Premiere to make a cut. And then I'm going to scrub forward. And I'm going to press Alt up to raise this clip up so I know it's one I want to use. So he does it again. I kind of like that. And I want this to kind of have a gritty feel to it, something kind of like home video style. Yeah, that looked pretty good. I don't even know if I'll use the 60 frames, honestly, if I have enough shots of him hitting it. Okay. Oh, way overexposed. That's okay. Again, I was just randomly saw him. I was about to drive off in my car, and I just went across the street and was like, let me grab a couple clips of you skateboarding. I'll email them to you. All right, let's see what else we got. This one's kind of cool. Right. Smile.
Yeah.
Even that, just him walking away. I wanted to get a couple angles wide. I have a variable, I think it's a 12 to 60 on a GH4 is what I shot this on. I usually shoot GH5, but I was just had a GH4 on me at the moment, so. Almost at it.
These are some of my best goes, man.
Yeah, nice.
Use that so he looks like, I feel like it's all in this one environment, so this one's kind of cool because it's off to the side. So then I got an ultra wide standing in the street. I kind of like that. A lot of stuff in the way. Trash can. This random dude. Okay. I think I had him do it one last time, yep. Alright, well I hit that and I made that a low wide angle.
Good.
Cool. So those are the clips I want to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the whole thing over, put it into the Skater Boy timeline. So I can close this one out, paste these in, and I'm actually going to select this first track and Alt or Option delete it. So now I got these ones are the ones I want to use. I think for editing, as far as color goes, I'm jumping around here a little bit, but I'm probably going to throw an adjustment layer on it. Kind of give it whatever feel I want it to have, and then adjust exposure per clip, like this clip. Bring the exposure down or whatever. So I'll do that later once I get there. But I think what I want to do is I'll also make a mute track here, because some of these I'll pull down and I won't want to hear it instead of deleting the audio. Like certain tracks are for music, so I'll have music here, sound effects underneath so I can build them out. And then I'll have this first track here if I want to actually hear live audio from the camera. Like this shot was kind of cool. I could hear his skateboard pretty well in this one. I like that. I like that sound. Okay, so I'm going to... He was listening to rap music. Some hip-hop, but I don't know exactly, can't remember what songs. But I'm going to go to Art List, Classic. I'm going to find something similar to that. Some type of like... I don't know, like maybe it's like an old school hip hop type thing. It doesn't have to be old school, it could be new. So I'll see what I find. Let's see, I'm gonna go for genre. Hip hop. Let's go. Let's see what they got. Wow. Okay. I like that, hip hop and electronic. I just need a short, I don't even know how long these raw clips are. 30 seconds. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll just have the browser open and I'll just throw up the timeline. I'll mute both tracks and just play it. Actually, no, I'll just play through it even with my audio. Then I'll play this. See what I think. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a cool vibe.
Yeah.
Some of my best shows, man.
See what this feels like slow-mo. 40% speed for 60 frames. It's a little underwhelming, the trick he's doing, honestly. It's not that crazy, so I don't want to make it seem like... I want it to just feel like kind of gritty overall instead of like, wow, this is such a cool like slow motion shot. So some shots I might slow down, like this one, to be able to see him extend that quick shot that I got. That's why I'll use 60 frames. That's why it's good to have that extra frame there. But I mean, generally I like shooting at 24 at 1/50th shutter. I mean, I think that looks the most organic. But I didn't have an ND filter either, so I just cranked up the shutter, which gives it a little bit of unnatural shake and feel to it. But anyway, so that song's in the running, but I have heard this song. I don't know if it's from listening on here or an Artlist commercial or something. I don't know. So let's go. Let's see. Okay, that's pretty chill. No.
Sands cutting it close. I let him think on. I gotta look. Bask in the fruits of the labor.
Okay.
Yeah, I make decisions to glow. Ridiculous flow, potential. My member doing sit-ups, trying to get
Kinda
this
cool.
six-pack. But forget that.
This is
With
too
a
chill.
with a bras in the cash, the whip's at. With a big back, with a pop, with a spin, with a back. Trying to focus on my get back, my get up, my re-up, my rematch. Apache seeds and Apache debris passing through the Indian Springs in Las Vegas. My G bumping Nevada in Nevada. My favorite bird.
This one's in the running as well. I kind of like that one.
Pilot, I can see through all.
Too aggressive.
Because I painted you ain't never gonna.
Alright, so let me check out with this song. Just download the MP3 version. Should be fine. Cool. So now, going to open up downloads, paste it into audio under music, and then we're going to throw the music folder right into audio. Okay, cool. So now we got the song, and I might pick my favorite part of it. Oops.
Yeah, I make decisions to glow.
Yeah, it's a cool intro. And then right on the hit,
Yeah, I make decisions to glow. Ridiculous flow, potential to glow. You know, I just do that. Consolidate my readers, line it up, put them together. Anyone that ever.
So this one was a good take, so I'm going to put that towards the end.
Yeah, I make decisions to consolidate my readers, line it up. Yeah, I make decisions to glow. Yeah, I make decisions to glow. Ridiculous.
And then on the beat, I like to edit on the beat as I go, so I have to clean it up later. But
Decisions to glow.
sometimes it helps get all the shots in the order you want logically, put music underneath, and then begin to assemble them to the beat. But sometimes when I don't really know where it's going to take me, I'll just start going and I'll feel it. And as the beat comes, you know, you make that cut, or you extend it out, or you do it in a shorter succession or whatever. So you just kind of like freestyle as you edit. And that's, for me, I found a lot of success with that. It's kind of just like those moments of flow and concentration come as you're like getting inspiration through music and what you're seeing. And when it starts to go in a logical order or lines up how you want it to, that's when things really start flowing. See, like this, I'm cleaning up already, but it's not necessary. But I do like it to be on the beat there.
Yeah, I make decisions to glow. Yeah, I make decisions to glow. Ridiculous flow, potential to glow. You know, I just do. Solid.
Okay. I might even do weird stuff like just reverse crap. I don't even know. See how this looks. And then you still hear it.
No, I just do that. Consolidate.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Even turn that up.
No, I just do that. Consolidate.
No, that sounds terrible.
I just do that. Consolidate my reading.
Maybe I'll speed it up too.
Consolidate my reading. I just do that. Consolidate my read. I just do that. Consolidate my read. Do that. Consolidate my readers. Line it up.
So some like crappy shots in there. It's totally fine.
My readers. Line it up. With them. Line it. Readers. Potential to glow. You know, I just do that. Consolidate my readers. Line it up.
Okay. Might switch these.
I just do that. Consolidate my readers. Line it up. Put them together. Anyone that ever let me down. Anyone that ever let me down, forget them forever. My memory's bad. Remember me though?
I'm actually gonna drag this up so I have room to stack stuff. Like even on this one, if I wanted to use it as like a transition shot or something, like if you go to the blend modes, you can often make something kind of cool with like a overlay clip.
Never let me down, forget them forever. Never let me down, forget them forever.
Okay, well I don't know what's going on with this one. Maybe color dot, no. Okay. Well, I definitely wanted to look a little crazy, so that's kind of a cool effect.
Never let me down, forget them forever. My memory's bad.
Oh yeah.
Memory's bad. Remember me though? My memory's gone. My memory, it limits me home. Don't treat.
I might cut this one with Another shot. Like him coming in here.
My memory's bad.
Yeah.
Remember me though? My memory's gone. My memory, it limits me home. Don't tree huggers cause all the lumber's gone. Niggas knocking on wood. Past
I definitely think I might want to use a couple black and white shots here and there.
lumber's gone.
Just want to see how this song ends.
That was poetry, huh? Or am I pretending?
So wherever the song wants to end, I'll just throw this at the end, so it wraps it up nicely.
When it's good and they chopping up wood, breaking up
Maybe on this shot.
like a pimp. That was poetry, huh?
Yeah, feels kind of cool. And then we'll end with this nice shot that I liked.
Niggas knocking on wood, pass through the hood when it's good and they chopping up wood, breaking up stems too in my brim with a nip like a.
Okay. So I feel like I might have too much of the same shot in a row, so I might need to mix this up a little bit. And I like this wide shot, but closer to the beginning most likely. Maybe even as the opening shot. Yeah, it's got way more energy that way. Let's see if I can still cut these two together.
Remember me though? My memory's gone. My memory, it limits me home. My memory, it limits me home.
I actually like the idea of repeating this. I just did it accidentally, but it's kind of cool. Right, there's the beat.
My memory's gone. My memory, it limits me home. Don't tree huggers cause all numbers gone. Niggas. My memory's bad. Remember me though? My memory's gone. My memory, it limits me home. Don't tree huggers.
It's getting dark out. There you go, my ISO.
Cause all the numbers gone. Niggas knocking on wood. Pass through the hood when it's good and they chopping up wood. Breaking up stems too in my brim. That was cold.
So I might shorten this down and pull this in here just to make the transition seamless.
My memory, it limits me home. Is this the end or just the beginning? Am I losing or winning? Is this reality or am I pretending? That was poetry, huh? My memory's bad. Remember me though? My memory's gone. My memory, it limits me home. Is this?
So then I'll fade these two together. I don't even know if this is on beat, but it's kind of forgiving because the end is a little bit atmospheric at the end of the song.
Is this the end or just the beginning? Am I losing or winning? Is
Normally I would take this track, I would pull underneath, I would extend it and line up where the beats are, but I'm not that worried about it. Nobody's going to care for this edit.
that was
And
poetry, huh?
there we go, a 30-second edit. So there's the first part.
Yeah, I make decisions to glow.
Thought I was going to have to get some sound effects, but the in-body camera actually, the in-body audio on the camera actually picked up pretty well there.
Ridiculous flow, essential to glow. You know, I just do that. Consolidate my regions, line it up, put them together. Anyone that ever let me down, forget them forever. My memory's bad. Remember me though? My memory.
This shot, I feel a little bored by. I don't know. I'll try speeding it up.
Forget them forever. My memory's bad. Remember me though? My forget them forever. My memory's bad.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
My memory's bad. Remember Remember me though? My memory's gone. My memory, it limits me home.
And this one, I just want to see him stepping on it. So I can extend this end a little bit.
My memory, it limits me home. It's bad. Remember me though? My memory's gone. My memory, it limits me home. Is this the end or just the beginning? Am I losing or winning? Is this reality? Losing or winning? Is this reality or am
Forgot I almost covered up this the one shot where he actually hits it really well. Almost covered that up.
Am I losing or winning? Is this reality or am I pretending? I was poet.
Wait, okay, this is two different shots of him doing it and hitting it, okay, in a row. Yeah, that's fine.
Is this the end or just the beginning? Am I losing or winning? Is this reality or am I pretending? I was poet.
Okay, I don't know if I need it twice.
My memory, it limits me home. Is this the end or just the beginning?
Alright, let me try it without it. See what
Am
happens.
I losing or winning? Is this reality or am
What do you think? That was good.
Hmm.
Or am I pretending?
See what happens at the end of this one.
Is this reality or am I pretending? That was poetry, huh? Is this the end or just the beginning? Am I losing or winning? Is
Okay, I'm gonna cut it right there, and then I'm gonna take this one and get the shot of him hitting it again. Just throw it on there.
is this
And actually put it into slow motion, because that was pretty nice.
is this reality or am I
And then hit right to him.
the winning? Is this reality or am I pretending?
Don't need that audio. Okay, I'm gonna push this up.
Or am I pretending? Or am I
Do it on the pretend.
pretending?
So like kicks in, so it goes from slow and then it just kicks into like normal speed.
Pretending. That was poetry, huh?
Yeah, okay, cool, I like that. So what I'm gonna do now, I am going to do a little color. So the adjustment layer, I'm gonna try doing it with no LUTs or anything pre-made. So I'm just gonna go through and quickly try to make my own color on this. All right, curves. I'm gonna kind of crush it a little bit. I'm actually just gonna crush all these to start. This might look a little ridiculous. Just gonna see what it looks like. Okay. All right, that looks insane. So what I want to do is actually want to oops. If I can figure out how. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, command. Okay, I'm gonna actually delete this one so it's actually cuts off the highlights wherever I want it to. Just to get that hard. See the sky there? The sky's got a. Just to limit those highlights, make it feel a little more interesting. Okay, so then I'm gonna go back into my basic correction, and on here I'm gonna raise my shadows up. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? It's a little too extreme. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna just do that and see what we're dealing with.
Yeah, I make decisions to glow. Ridiculous flow, potential to glow. You know, I just do that. Consolidate my regions, line it up, put them together. Anyone.
And I like the color, just the natural, whatever came out of the camera. So that's not too bad. I'll leave that for now. Like I'm not gonna oversaturate it or anything like that because it already looks pretty saturated. Okay, so it's still too bright. So I'm gonna pull down the exposure. And then I'm gonna give back a little on the highlights. This clip in particular is just darker than the rest, so here's where I'm going to click on the actual clip and raise the exposure of this clip. Now it looks kind of cool having a limit to the highlights, but then boosting the highlights. It's kind of interesting. So if I pull up my curves, you'll see it's really not overexposed. It's actually, if anything, underexposed. Okay. But it gives it kind of like a faded out look.
Yeah, I make decisions to glow. Ridiculous flow, potential to glow. You know, I just do that.
And I'm going to experiment right now with making it like different moods here, vibes. So I'm gonna try like making it really warm. See what that looks like. Which I don't usually go for warm. I usually go for cool. Okay, so that's way too much, but let me put it to 15. Okay, I don't love it. Maybe like 7. Okay, and I also have a couple overlays here that I'm going to try out. VHS effects. Let's see what these look like. Okay, so some lens grit, which, yeah, it's kind of cool. Let's just see what that would look like over this. Same thing, we'll go in and change the blend mode to screen or soft light. Yeah, let's do soft light. Screen. Okay, I don't like this at all. I think this looks terrible. Okay, so we're gonna leave those alone. I'm not gonna use the analog flares, but the VHS glitches, perhaps. Yeah, these are nice. Maybe even some pretty grainy ones. I was kind of debating if I wanted it to look home movie VHS or more like projector grain style. So let's try this guy out first and see if we get a good feel. Either hard light or soft light. I'm gonna go with soft light. Okay, it's a little distracting. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with some noise overlay. See what the noise overlay looks like. I'm gonna unenable this by right clicking and unchecking enable. And then I'm gonna go to the noise and I'm going to go to soft light. Okay, definitely interesting.
Decisions to glow. Ridiculous. This flow, potential to glow. You know,
I don't know how much it's adding. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unenable that, re-enable this guy, and put him down to 50%.
Yeah, I make decisions.
So it's not as distracting, and then I'm going to duplicate it across the whole thing. And then I'm going to make for the end, because I do want it to cut the black, I'm going to make a color matte that's like pretty much black. I'm going to put this just here. And so at the very end when it cuts out, yeah, something like that. And I'm going to actually probably cut out the adjustment layer. Okay.
Yeah, I make decisions to glow. Ridiculous flow.
And on the ones that are going backwards,
Consolidate my
I might make this black and white. So I'll completely unsaturate it. Add some contrast.
consolidate my readers, line it up, put them together. Anyone that ever let.
And then I'll see if I have any effects for like rewind, or I think I do. Title overlay. Just like a time thing. I might just have this one be on it, the time. Because it doesn't really make sense to have the date on there. But yeah, I'll make this one. It's kind of cool.
Let me down, forget them forever.
And I don't know. Sure, the size. I'm going to size it up a little better, I guess. Can't tell if that's going to be making a box.
Memories bad.
No, it's fine.
Remember me though?
It's actually only because I don't want it to run out and
It's gone.
be
My
awkward.
memory, it limits me home. Is this the end or just the beginning? Am I losing the winning?
It's also not 12 a.m. here, so I'm just going to delete this because it's stuff like that annoys me. What I might do though is one of these. I think I like this one. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to crop the bottom information off. So the bottom I don't want to see, the top I do, and I'm going to copy that. Paste onto this one, and for both of these we'll make it screen. So you don't see the black. Cool. Let's see what that looks like.
Yeah, I make this.
Okay, I can't tell if this is the right overlay for it. It looks a little faded out. So let me try hard light. Nope. Nope. I guess I'll stick with either lighten or screen. No, screen works. Okay.
Decisions to glow, ridiculous flow, potential to glow. You know, I just do that. Consolidate my readers, line it up, put them together. Anyone that ever let me down, forget them forever.
So it's kind of funny. It says like pause on there, even though we're recording it. So, very interesting.
My memory's bad. Remember me though? My memory's gone. My memory, it limits me home. Is this the end or just the beginning? Am I losing or winning? Is this reality or am I pretending? That was poetry, huh?
I definitely want this to look a little darker, so I'm gonna drop this down. There we go. Okay, cool. So yeah, I think that works. And I might have a couple little, not to mix mediums too much, but a little burns and whatnot that I can throw in here. I think might look kind of good. Even just for the open, just to have this. Let me do a screen again, like I've been doing. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I make decisions to glow.
So I'm not too worried about the color on this. I just want it to look kind of like amateur, honestly.
This flow, potential to glow. You know, I just do that. Consolidate my reasons, line it up, put them together. Anyone that ever let me down, forget them forever. My memory's back.
So this one is a little dark. Brighten that up.
Down, forget them forever. My memory's bad. Remember me though? Memory's bad. Remember me though? My memory's gone. My memory, it limits me home.
These are a little dark too.
Is this the end or just the beginning? Am I losing or winning? Is this reality or am I pretending?
Then this one's a little bright, so I'm gonna bring the highlights down, boost the contrast just a tiny bit. There we go.
That was cold.
This guy, raise him up a little.
Poetry, huh?
This one though has been annoying me. I think I might have lost these details in the camera though. Maybe not. Maybe I can save it. Yeah, that looks good. This one a little tiny bit. I just want it to all look kind of cohesive, and not be dark bright, dark bright. Could even like do a little scale of some sort. Start here, zoomed in, and then zoom out or something. I don't know. Maybe that looked cheesy. I kind of like that effect. It's almost like I'm zooming out in camera, which I like. So I'm gonna actually boost it up so it looks terrible. And then it's zooming out by the time it gets to here. Right about there. Okay. Yeah. What do we got here? Oh. Okay. My memory's bad. Remember me though? My memory's gone. My memory, it limits me home. Is this the end or just the beginning? Am I losing or winning? Is this reality or am I pretending? Okay, and then I am going to play with some color on the overall adjustment layer real quick, just to see what it looks like on the curves with saturation. Just gonna play around some of these colors just to get a feel for what it would look like. Actually, I'm going to do the hue. Green, get a green feel. Honestly, a little bit of that might be kind of interesting. Not quite that much. Or, whenever I want, we could have that come in. And then on this one, I could unenable it. I'd rather just keep it throughout. That looks pretty cool though. Okay, so I feel like I'm getting somewhere with this. Maybe just not as much pink. Maybe a little bit though. Yeah. So without this, it looks like that. With it, yeah, it definitely looks more amateur. To have a pink tint. This one, I want a little more contrast. Yeah, I'm gonna do it on here. Put them together. Anyone that ever let me down, forget them forever. My memory's bad.
Remember me though? My memory's gone. My memory, it limits me home. Is this the end or just the beginning? Am I losing or winning? Is this reality or am I pretending? That was poetry, huh?
Cool. I like it. Actually, maybe I will add one more film, just to bookend it. Film burn on the end there as we transition out of it. Make this screen. Or maybe it's here.
That was poetry, huh?
And I sometimes turn down the opacity so it's not so in your face. Maybe like 75%. 50. Let's do 50.
That was poetry, huh? That was.
Maybe I'll do a scratch instead. I can actually just replace that.
That was poetry, huh? That was poetry, huh?
And this one, I might go away from 50% and raise it up.
That was.
I'm gonna say 80%.
That was poetry, huh?
Done.
Yeah, I make decisions to glow. Ridiculous flow, potential to glow. You know, I just do that. Consolidate my regions, line it up, put them together. Anyone that ever let me down, forget them forever. My memory's bad. Remember me though? My memory's gone. My memory, it limits me home. Is this the end or just the beginning? Am I losing or winning? Is this reality or am I pretending? That was poetry, huh?
So there you have it. Okay, so a quick edit. I didn't really get into any specifics on how to color grade or how to do anything, but this was kind of like a fun edit for me. Just one that I thought I'd fool around with as a first test to see how these tutorials go. I'm going to probably self-critique myself and see what I could do better and how I could be a little better as I teach, as I go along, and I'm testing out recording tutorials and editing them in the best format that you guys will want to see. Let me know what you think. Give me some feedback. Your feedback, your subscriptions, your likes, your comments, they help me better inform what I should be making and how I should be making. And I'm probably not going to do it right as the sun is setting and my window goes from bright to dark. So I'll learn the best times to do things. Let me just turn my lamp on here. Oh yeah, perfect. Oh yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Like, subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, it really helps the algorithm annihilate that like button. Annihilate it. Okay. Corona's got me. I have it.